Good afternoon and welcome to the weather briefing for the week of February 27th, 2014. This briefing brought to you by the National Weather Service in Riverton. Well, this week we'll spend a good portion of our time talking about the upcoming weekend winter storm. Look at Friday morning. We'll already have a cold front through northern sections of the state approaching Casper and Riverton by 5 a.m. We'll have westerly flow over the top of that cold air, so snowfall will be ongoing across a northern tier of counties. Out west and in the mountains west of the divide, we'll see snow that also is ongoing. That cold front will gradually push south through the daytime hours with cold and brisk north winds behind that cold front, 20 to 30 miles an hour, temperatures falling throughout the day. And by mid-evening Friday, it looks like we'll have snow just about everywhere. Friday night and Saturday, the snowfall will continue with the heaviest snow looking to be between about midnight and noon on Saturday. Winds accompanying that snowfall generally north to northeast 15 to 25 miles an hour. That Pacific moisture just continues to spread over the top of that much colder air east of the divide. To the southwest, it won't be quite as efficient. Temperatures won't be quite as cold as well. So overall, to the west, persistent snow continues, especially in the mountains and western valleys like Jackson Valley and Star Valley. Snowfall in the mountains will be topping 1 foot and approaching 2 feet already by midday Saturday. East of the divide, you can see that snowfall totals already topping a half foot, probably in Natrona County, and most other places at least 3 inches, if not 4 to 6 inches by midday Saturday. So that snowfall tapers off Saturday evening, but in its wake, we'll continue to see very cold temperatures. In fact, high temperatures on Saturday only in the single digits, perhaps even below zero up in the northern Bighorn Basin, 10 to 15 in Fremont County. To the southwest, where the cold air doesn't quite make it to, mid-30s to lower 40s. Probably not lower 40s, but somewhere in that ballpark across the southwest, 20s to lower 30s in the western valleys. So a steady snow continues again throughout the day on Saturday before that snowfall tapers off during the evening hours. It looks to be a very difficult travel day with that snowfall and the cold temperatures. Feel more like January than it will feel like March. So check wyoroad.info or 1-888-WYO Road for more information about traveling across the state this weekend. Storm total snowfall, if we took a look by Sunday morning, what are we looking at? Well, out in the western mountains, that really stands out on this map. Very impressive. Again, 15 to 25 inches. Casper area looking to be somewhere in the 8 to 12 inch range, depending on where you are around town. Many other locations topping 5 inches. So again, Saturday looks to be a difficult day when most of that snow falls. By Sunday, we'll start to see that colder air already begin to retreat. Temperatures slowly warming, still well below normal for this time of year, but slowly starting to get back into the teens across the north. In the 20s generally across central sections of Fremont County up towards over towards Jackson, that area, and then again the warmest temperatures down across the southwest part of the state. Should be drier as well east of the Continental Divide, where more sunshine hopefully is going to help get to those roads and start to melt and make travel conditions a little bit easier. Out in the western mountains, still some lingering light snow, but nothing that will be very appreciable in terms of accumulation. Next week, we get back into more of a westerly flow. We get rid of that north to south flow that we'll see for the weekend. That's going to move off to the east, so that colder air, again, retreating off to our north and east, that moist flow coming in. So a persistent period of light precipitation generally across and along the Continental Divide westward. Breezy conditions return for areas from Rock Springs up to Casper, so it will be much warmer east of the Continental Divide for most of the week. We'll see how the early part of the week stands with still snow cover on the ground, probably moderating some of those temperatures. But by midweek, we hope to be back east of the divide more into a seasonable pattern. The outlook for approaching the middle part of March, below normal temperatures across the eastern part of the U.S. So again, that ridge looks to build in or at least westerly flow across the western U.S. with more of that north to south flow still sticking around the Great Lakes states, where I believe last week Marquette, Michigan, or a couple weeks ago, Marquette, Michigan finally broke out above freezing for the first time in over 2.5 months. So we thank you for watching. It's going to be a difficult travel weekend, especially Friday afternoon through probably Sunday morning. We encourage you to check out our route-by-route view of Wyoming roads on our webcams page right off of our our website. Also, for road conditions, check 888-WYO-ROAD or 511. Again, that information courtesy of the Wyoming Department of Transportation. And remember, when you're out there, if you come across a snowplow, stay behind that plow. Let those workers do their work. We're thankful that WYDOT's out there on days like this. So thank you, and we'll see you next week.